Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm John Webb. We begin this week with some developing information on the University of Idaho's potential outsourcing solution. We learned that outsourcing firms toured the University of Idaho this week. UI opened requests for proposals for facilities management and operations November 23rd. The top 3 proposals will be considered by the university, potentially outsourcing building and ground maintenance and custodials. The university has offered facility services other options to help with the projected $22 million deficit. 2 voluntary separation incentives were offered to about 70 employees this past week, which includes resignation and early retirement. All the details on the incentives can be found on our website. Just head over to uiargonaut.com. From campus to the outskirts of the city, the elaborate holiday light displays are up for the season. This year, a host of permanent residents, businesses, and students add color to the season with their festive winter decorations. Members of Idaho Phi Gamma Delta fraternity decorated their house's exterior with a light display that flashes in coordination with Christmas music. Michael Lagarde, a member of the house, said that this was their 4th year decorating and it was their best one to date.
Each song is individually programmed, and then from that we go through the entire song, turning on and off everything, fading, and so each song takes about 3 hours to do, and there's 25 this year, and we just keep adding on as we go on.
850 strands of lights were programmed to flash to the individual beats and melodies of 25 different songs. Along with the display, Kappa Kappa Gamma and Fiji sold pancakes and hot cocoa to raise money for the Moscow School District. The city of Moscow also decked out the downtown area for the holiday season. According to David Schott with the Moscow Parks and Recreation Department, in 2017, crews put up about 80,000 lights in the downtown trees.
Give the downtown a boom, make it really vibrant, a nice ambient. So we switched over from the regular traditional strings of lights in the trees over to the LED. Because we did that in our capacity of power, we were able to put a lot more strings of lights in the trees.
Last Friday, residents celebrated tree lighting in the Friendship Square along with a parade. Schott said turnout for the event was great this year. And one holiday display just outside of Moscow has many people slowing down on Highway 95. Alan Bowles and his wife have been decorating their property for the past 20 years. What started out as a friendly competition between himself and his brother-in-law now draws many spectators passing by. And you can catch his full display just north of town on US Highway 95. Former childhood friends Jacob Miller met Caesar Montz last summer by chance in a Coeur d'Alene bar. While catching up and chatting about family, Montz mentioned that his younger brother Alex had lost his arm in a car accident. He asked Miller, a mechanical engineer graduate student, if he could help. Miller got in touch with 2 other graduate students who had access to a 3D printer and got to work. Miller said the team tweaked a design found on eNable to better fit Alex and was ready to print the pieces within a week. Alex traveled to Moscow from McCall in August to pick up the finished prosthetic. The prosthetic Miller made will serve as a transitional tool to help Alex train his brain to use his arm again. A commercial prosthetic arm would have costed about $15,000. And you can read the heartwarming story online. Just search uiargonaut.com. Driving home for Christmas break becomes a ritual for many college students as they finish their exams, say goodbye to their friends, and prepare to sleep past noon. For all the precautions we forget to take this time of the year, Moscow Police Department Captain Roger Lanier has some tips for winter driving.
Our advice is take it easy. Sometimes go out in a big parking lot and learn there. Make sure you understand how your car will react.
In a Facebook post, Captain Lanier said to use the 3, 6, and 9-second rule. Stay back from other vehicles for 3 seconds on standard roads, 6 seconds for foggy or rainy conditions, and 9 seconds for snow and ice-covered roads. In life news, during his undergraduate at Northern Michigan University, second-year Master of Fine Arts candidate in fiction, Scott Dorsch did not know what he wanted to do. After working as a farmer, Dorsch was able to discover he could pursue his passion of writing as a career. He finished his undergraduate with a degree in English writing with an emphasis in creative writing. Dorsch said that he always wanted to write, and farming allowed him the time and headspace to do that while he was from school. Dorsch said his mentor and friend John Billman inspired him to pursue writing as a career. Billman teaches fiction, magazine journalism, and creative nonfiction at Northern Michigan University. Billman allowed him to take a 400-level fiction class despite him not taking any lower-level fiction classes. While taking that class, he discovered that writing is what he wanted to do as a career. And you can read about where Dorsch went from there right now on our website. The University of Idaho is famous for its liberal arts programs, both graduate and undergraduate. Out of all the things that have come from the university, the literary magazine Fuke has been a great addition to the UI's liberal arts community. Fuke is based out of Moscow and began publishing in 1990. The magazine prides itself on being a publisher in northern Idaho. In their issues, they have published poetry, plays, fiction, visual text hybrids, interviews, and essays. Their issues also show digital artwork, photography, drawings, and paintings on their covers. They believe that each issue is an engagement with culture and are proud of each one. Fuke's newest release is issue 57, which has a wide variety and selection of literature. In sports news, going to college is often an exciting but emotional time for students. Hitting the road to start a new adventure, often going hundreds of miles away from family and only getting to see them over the holiday weekends. But for junior post Natalie Klinker and her sister, senior wing Lizzie, not only get to share their court, but they have found a second family in the process at the U of I. After playing 2 seasons at Utah State, Lizzie felt a change in scenery was needed, and that answer came to her in her final game, which happened to come against her sister and the Vandals in the postseason tournament. When Coach Newley heard the news that he could bring another Klinker, he did not hesitate. He said, quote, "I just thought Natalie's been so great for us, to have another Klinker would be great." Newley said he knew that bringing in these sisters would build on the key to Idaho's winning culture, family. And tonight's broadcast is our producer and social media manager, Alexis Van Horn's last night with us here at ArgoCast. But you're going off to do wonderful things. Talk to us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to be studying abroad in Germany next semester in a little town called Lüneburg, and I'm going to be finishing my German minor. I'm still going to be participating in Argonaut things, so I'm thinking about doing a vlog series, doing some opinion articles. We'll see where it goes.
Okay, so is this, you're studying abroad over there? Is that the plan? And so you'll be doing like reporting and all that type of stuff for a class?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reporting classes I'm going to be able to take,
Okay.
but it's going to be a lot of German, finishing out that minor, just getting the language skills down.
Okay, and you were with us from the beginning. You know, I stormed into the Argonaut newsroom earlier this semester at the beginning of the year. I'm like, hey, let's do a broadcast. And Alexis is like, I've been wanting to do that for so long. And so you kind of branded ArgoCast and stuff. And so we thank you for that. And we thank you for all the work you do here at the Argonaut. And we look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
And that's it for us tonight. I'm John Webb. Have a Merry Christmas and a great night.